Hello ladies and gentlefish, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marcus of the Rodent, and today we're just going to do a couple of Q&As. I've never done this before, and so I made a little community post and said ask me any questions, and a couple of you guys asked some questions, so we'll get into it. First of all, I want to put a couple disclaimers out there, I guess. First off is the footage you're seeing in the background is literally just a POV of me driving my car, and then I was a stupid boy and didn't film enough, and so the rest is going to be just cool car videos. They are not my videos. They are other people's videos, but yeah, enjoy those. Oh, and the other disclaimer. Okay, the other disclaimer is that I will answer some questions about the 350Z, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about the 350Z just yet, because I'm going to make a whole nother video about my future plans for the 350Z anyway, and it's in depth. I mean, I have a lot of plans for that car, so it will take a while, so I'm not going to talk about that today. But also, guys, before we get even anywhere into this conversation at all, I want to remind you guys that on www.smoothstance.com/shop, we got some clothes, my boy. If you guys want to pick up some clothes, you already know to check that out over there. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, go check that out. I already appreciate all the support that I've gotten on that. You guys don't have to go pick up something. I just put it out there in case you guys want to. Anywho. Let's get right into it. First off, we got Moors VFX. First of all, Moors, I've seen you comment a lot on my channel, so thank you. A lot of these people, actually, I've seen you guys comment a lot on the channel, so I really appreciate you guys always being there to support me. And the first thing that he asked is, when did you first fall in love with JDM cars? Well, I fell in love with cars, like cars in general, literally ever since I was a kid. Like, I've loved cars. I always put it this way. I like this quote a little bit. I use it every chance that I get. When I was a kid, for Christmas and my birthday and stuff, instead of getting like action figures in the next Call of Duty, I got Hot Wheels and the next Need for Speed. You know what I mean? That was my stuff even when I was younger. If I could show you guys all my like Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars that I have, there's over 1,000 at least. Yeah, I have so many of them. That was my whole thing, is I loved cars. My dad loves cars, and so he's always taught me to like cars too, and so I just like cars. But JDM cars was a whole different story. I literally, it was, I think, 8th grade. I want to say 8th grade, and I was in science class, and I was on my like netbook. I had like a netbook, and I was sitting on there just looking up like stuff online, and then I saw in a video, I was watching like a car video, and some guy mentioned, all he did was like mention it for a quick split second, stanced cars, and I was like, what the hell is stanced cars? So I looked them up. And then I fell in love with stanced. I looked them up on Google Images, and literally for the next like 3 months, all I would do was go on Google Images and type in, stanced Ford Focus, stanced Chevy Camaro, stanced, and I didn't know anything about JDM cars at all. I didn't think JDM cars were even cool in the slightest back then. That was 8th grade. And I didn't think I didn't know anything about them. I knew nothing about them. And then eventually I came across like all these Japanese cars, and I was like, what in the world does JDM mean? What does all this stuff mean? I just started looking more and more into it, and I guess just over the course of, you know, my lifetime, I realized that's the ones that I like the most. I don't really like a certain, you know, car brand, like country itself. I love a lot of American cars. I love a lot of Euro cars, and obviously, yes, JDM is my favorite, but only because I like the looks of their cars the best. I think that they always are the most unique looking, and they look different, and they sound different, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with them. Like I said before, I like stanced cars. That's kind of my thing, is like stanced, not stanced, just lowered. I like lowered cars, nice fitment, race cars. That's what I like. I like my cars looking cool, and so yeah, that's kind of how I fell in love with JDM. JDM was just always like in the backgrounds until it one day just popped up, and I just learned out about it. Next is, some guy says that he wants to see some more stuff about modifying cars instead of just like the cars themselves. I can definitely do some of that, but there's literally like only one video that you can do. Like, I can be like, best mods for under $500, and then that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really know what else to do about modifying it, but I'll do that for sure. Alright, next is Reborn Joker. And Reborn Joker says, if you could change anything about the car community, what would it be? It would be the hate. I hate how much people get so caught up on numbers and so caught up on like how cool your car is, instead of just being like, wow, that guy's got a cool car, I got a cool car. Like, in person, you never see that stuff. Like, if I'm driving my 350Z down the road and I see like a lowered Volkswagen Jetta, which I don't have any interest in buying a Volkswagen Jetta at all, but if I see a lowered Jetta, I always am like, wave to the guy. We always wave back and forth to each other all the time. Every time you see a modified car, you wave to each other. It's just like a part of the thing. In person, everybody loves each other. Everybody's just happy to be a part of the community. It's only when you get online where it becomes so toxic. And then online, it's like everybody wants to just have the coolest car. Everybody wants to have the fastest car. Everybody wants to have this and that. When in reality, it's just, you should just be happy with what you actually have, instead of like look at when you drive down the road in your car that you have, that you worked for, that you put your hard-earned money into. Look at all the cars around you. None of them are special. You'll see like one out of every like 20 cars that's like a cool car. Not even like that's not even true. Like one out of every 50 cars is like actually a cool car. So you're part of that already. You're already part of that cool car club. You don't need to like prove yourself anymore. You just have to be happy for you. And I just hate that everybody's so caught up on like, well, yeah, but your car's not cool. On top of that, a lot of the times the people that are commenting like these hate comments to people that have cool cars are people that don't have cars at all. If you don't have a car, that's fine. You can put in your input, you can put in your opinion. But if you don't have a car and you're going to hate somebody else's car and say that it's cheap and that it's slow, that's where it becomes stupid. If you say that you don't like a car, that's fine. But if you say that like your car, like that guy's car is dumb and that it's a waste of his money or whatever, and you're trying to bash on him as like a person and like what he's done, and you don't even have a car, that's just silly. Like, why are you doing that? Anyway, I could go on for that for a bunch. But next is JSnip3. He says best interior mod for a car personally. I honestly don't know. I feel like the all-around best mod I think would be bucket seats, racing seats. For almost any scenario, you're going to want racing seats if you're going to be driving your car. If you're drifting, you want racing seats to stay planted. If you're actually tracking your car, you still want racing seats so you can stay planted. If you're drag racing your car, you want racing seats. You almost always are going to want racing seats. So I would definitely say that racing seats is probably the best interior mod. But on top of that, once you get racing seats, you should also get a harness, and then you should also get a roll cage, and then you should also get a quick release steering wheel so that it all comes together. Interior, I feel like, is something that you have to worry about all at once instead of just buying like one part for it and then just leaving it. Like an interior, I don't know. That's just how I kind of look at it. But definitely racing seats, I feel like, are the most important and the ones that I think I would worry about first. Anyway, next is Car Loving Twink. And Car Loving Twink, first of all, dude, I want to give a huge shout out to you. He literally comments on every single video, no matter what it is. He never misses a video. I really love you, man. I appreciate everything that you do. It means the world. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, but Car Loving Twink, you are a diehard fan, and I really appreciate that, man. It really means the world to me. And he says, what was your childhood dream car? Funny enough, my childhood dream car is still kind of my dream car today. It's a Lamborghini Murcielago. Like I said before, when I was a child, I never really liked JDM cars. I didn't know anything about them. And what I grew up with, one of my favorite games, I think about it all the time, was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. And on the front cover of that was a Ferrari 458. No, it wasn't even a 458. It was like a 348. It was a Ferrari. It was a Ferrari and then a Lamborghini Murcielago. And those were like the two cover cars. And it was the coolest car in the world to me. And ever since then, I've been a huge Lamborghini fan. The Murcielago is just an absolute beauty of a car. There's nothing. My actual dream car is a Mazda RX-7 FD, since I've learned about more cars and I just love the FD RX-7s. But my childhood dream car was easily the Murcielago. I loved them so much. I still to this day love them so much. I think they're one of the most beautifully like well-crafted cars ever built. They just look so unbelievably good, and on top of that, they sound amazing and they look really like fast, and they are fast, especially when they were made. They were extremely fast when they were made. They have the Lambo doors, obviously. I'm definitely a Lamborghini guy over Ferrari any day, but I think a big reason for that is because of freaking the Lamborghini Murcielago. Okay, next is a 350Z question that I actually will answer by Trevor Johnson. Do you plan to wide body your 350Z? Yeah, I do. But I plan on doing a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff before wide bodying it. Wide body is really cool, but once you wide body that car, you can't go back. Your car's wide bodied and it's stuck like that. If you cut into quarter panels, you can't replace quarter panels. Okay, so you have to keep your car wide body if you're going to do that, or your car is just going to look stupid. Front fenders, yeah, sure, you can take those right off and replace them, but rear quarter panels you can't. And so I really, really want to figure out the exact like kit that I want to go for, because like I always bounce around. I wanted Rocket Bunny at first, then I wanted this other company that makes like very slight like wide body, but it looks really good. And then I wanted Vortex. They have like a Vortex 350Z wide body kit that looks really good. So I want to make sure that I know exactly what one I want. I also might mix and match. I might do like the front fender's rocket money and then the back like the other one, because the back fenders on the other one looks so good, and like I don't know. So that's going to take a while for sure, and it's also expensive and takes a lot of work, and I'm not too mechanically inclined yet, but definitely want to wide body the Z. I want to do a lot of stuff to that Z. I can't wait to give you guys like a whole rundown video on like what I want to do to the 350Z for sure. It's going to be fun. Going to be fun. And lastly, because this is all the comments and we don't also are kind of running out of time anyway, is what was your first car? I still have my first car. It's Chrysler PT Cruiser. Mr. Mintios, by the way, is who commented that. I think it's really smart to buy like a daily beater that you don't really care about, and that's my PT Cruiser. And I love that car. I don't ever want to sell it because it was my first car and it taught me everything I need to know about cars. I worked on that car, put a lot of time and effort into that car. I've crashed that car and rebuilt it back up to become a beauty once again. So that car has been through a lot, and I've been through a lot with it. We have this personal connection now, and so I don't want to get rid of the PT Cruiser. But yeah, the PT Cruiser, funny enough, because I'm a huge car guy, I love cars, and my first car was one of the worst cars that every car guy hates, the PT Cruiser. But yeah, no, I still have my first car. Literally, it's parked outside right now. I drove it home instead of my Z. I drive the PT Cruiser for the most part because the Z isn't too reliable, not a good daily driver. But yeah, that's what I do. That's my call. I love that freaking PT Cruiser though. Also, a couple of other little like questions that I guess I can answer that nobody actually asked, but I see people asking them a lot is, can you do more good, bad, and uglies? Can you do more of this? Can you do more of that? I'm personally doing a lot of budget videos, and I'll still do the good, bad, and uglies, but I really personally love doing the vlog videos. So let me know anything you guys want to see that I can do to a 350Z, or any like POV driving or like trying to learn how to drift. By the way, I think I've figured out I'm going to turn that 350Z into a drift car. Shh, don't tell anybody else, but that's what I think what I'm going to do to it. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see on the 350Z, because I want to do more and more stuff to that. Anything that's not too much money, because I don't have that much money, so keep that in mind. Anything that I can do to a Z for kind of cheap or free, if that's even better if it's free, or anything that you don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be like a mod to the Z. If you just want to see me literally just driving or drifting or learning how to drift, or tandem. I mean, I can't do tandems, but like going to car meets and going to car shows and drag strips or whatever. If you want to see that kind of stuff, let me know. Anything I can do to make you guys happy with the vlog stuff, because I really want to try and push those vlogs out more. So, but anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. First ever Q&A. Definitely not going to be the last. But yeah, just thought I should answer some common questions of the channel here, and I appreciate you guys, sticking around and watching the channel. I appreciate everybody that asks the question. I appreciate everybody that watches the videos. It really means the world to me. I can't believe we're at 8,300 subscribers. That blows my mind every single day. So thank you guys so much for that. Check out the website, www.smoothstance.com/shop. Das Vidania, and have a nice day.